Tramex CMEX flooring inspection kit is a kit we've designed for everyone working in the flooring industry, from floor covering installers to inspectors or specifiers. It's designed to help avoid moisture-related problems in flooring and to identify the cause of problems if they do occur. The main instrument in the kit is the digital concrete moisture counter, the CMEX. It has multiple functions for measuring moisture and humidity. The first of which is the Tramex non-invasive test for measuring moisture in concrete. This test is very easy to carry out. You just turn on the meter and push it onto the slab to take an instant reading. The results are displayed as percentage moisture content by weight. This Tramex instant test for concrete is specified by many manufacturers, flooring manufacturers around the world, in part because of its simplicity and repeatability of results. It can be used to test to ASTM 2659. To do this, you take between 3 and 5 readings in the same location. If there's any variation in those readings, record the highest result. This is repeated at a number of different locations. ASTM calls for at least 8 for the first 1,000 square feet and 5 for every 1,000 square feet thereafter. By carrying out tests in at least this number of locations, the user can build up a moisture map of the entire slab, and this is very useful when going on to test to F2170 or F2420. This Tramex non-invasive test should always be carried out. It shouldn't be substituted for any other test method. When testing further to international standards, it shouldn't be neglected. It's a very simple test. It's relatively quick to perform. If you neglect a moisture map, it's quite easy, to miss an entire problem. I mean, when there's moisture problems in a subfloor, often they are localized and they're just in one small area in the subfloor. The CMEX meter also functions as a digital hygrometer. When you plug in a Tramex hygroid probe into the meter, it gives you the relative humidity measurements, the temperature and the dew point, as well as the mixing ratio, all displayed at once. This can be used to assess the ambient conditions within the building to make sure that they're suitable for installing a floor covering. Also in the kit is an infrared surface thermometer. In combination with the ambient relative humidity results, it's easy then to work out the problems from condensation. So you can work out the delta, which is the difference between the surface temperature and the dew point temperature. The infrared surface thermometer can also be used when there's underfloor heating to confirm that the underfloor heating system is running to the specified temperature, so that it's not going to cause damage to the adhesive or to the floor covering. The flooring inspection kit also includes Tramex's heavy-duty handheld wood probe for measuring moisture in wood. It's a resistance measurement, so it measures moisture by percentage moisture content by dry weight. It's very important when installing wood flooring or engineered flooring to check the moisture content of the boards at either end and in the middle if possible, just to make sure there's no potential for movement. By comparing the moisture content in the wood with the ambient relative humidity conditions, there are charts available which will show clearly when a wood is in balance with the building. Another simple way of finding out if the wood is in balance is to actually discreetly take moisture content readings from wood somewhere in the building. By taking this in-service moisture content reading, you can see if the wood is going to move, if it's in balance, if it's going to shrink, if it's going to expand. So in-service moisture content readings are very beneficial. Tramex hygroid probes are designed for measuring moisture in the slab as per the ASTM F2170. It's very difficult for somebody to remove those probes out of the sleeves without the removal tool that comes with the kit. So it's very unlikely that someone can tamper with it or take it from the test site. The reason for not leaving relative humidity probes in a concrete slab when the moisture content is high is because of the concern of condensation forming within that space, within that airspace. If the relative humidity is over 93%, and there's even a 1 degree drop in temperature, condensation can form in that space. So any relative humidity sensor, if there's condensation forming, will not be accurate. So to be sure of the accuracy of the test, with the Tramex system, you can just leave the sleeve in. And then at the end of the test period, you put your probe in, wait, and then take a measurement. That way you know you've conformed to ASTM 2170, but also you know that your probes are accurate. If somebody uses the Tramex system and does leave probes in and the moisture is high, the advantage of that over the throwaway system, where you're just putting sleeves in with the sensor built into them, is you can actually swap out those probes. So if you come along and your probe is maxed out because of condensation, you can take out the probe, put a new one in, and so the probe you have, you can be sure is accurate. The other advantage is you can decide how many probes you want to use to carry out a test. The freedom is there for the user to decide how much money they want to spend and how much time they have, so they have the options. As those probes are reusable, you can actually test them afterwards to see that they're accurate. And when used with the hydro hoods, are also designed for measuring moisture as per ASTM F2420.